Hey everybody, lmoregaming here. Thank you so much for checking out this video, and thank you also to Gamersledge for giving me this opportunity to have early access to this nostalgic title. I was super stoked when Platonics announced that they were in development of a open world type of platformer game, and you know I've just been super excited checking this out for the past week. Now, before we hop into some major key points that I wanted to talk about or review over this, I did want to preface that this game or this video is actually edited to basically kind of keep it spoil free. It's mostly just going to be gameplay. You might see some dialogue pop up, but it is in no way, shape, or fashion going to spoil your experience if you happen to check out the demo or proceed on and investing in this game. So without further ado, let's hop right into this. So first kind of major thing I wanted to talk about regarding this game is the actual story. So it's a very kind of slimmed down type of storyline for the main kind of plot and everything like that. Is that pretty much you're going to be kind of thwarting type of like a villain that basically just wants to create a monopoly and rule the world through his financial dealings and his kind of plan and stuff like that. And basically Yooka and the little bat Laylee is there to basically just kind of restore order and whatnot. There are some very interesting characters. They kind of have like their own little spin, their own type of dialogue and everything like that on the villains and also on the hero side. Well, if you can call them heroes, but they're definitely NPCs that you interact with that help Yooka Laylee along the way. Also, there are a little kind of like side mini type of quests, missions, however you want to kind of call it, throughout the rest of all the different little worlds, and also throughout the main actual plot that will help you and guide you along the way. One of the NPCs, he actually provides you with new moves depending on how many different type of items that you collect from him. Another one will provide you with additional type of like passive type of abilities and whatnot, little skills and stuff like that, depending on how you move through the worlds, move through the game, either by performing different feats over and over again, and etc. just like that. And it's actually pretty cool. Definitely one of my favorite is actually meeting one of the NPCs, and I'm not going to spoil it, but she happens to have the ability to transform you, Yooka Laylee, into different type of either creature or different type of like I'm trying to keep it spoil free, but different types of she can transform you. Let's just keep it at that, the most general broad statement ever. And kind of moving on from the storyline and the plot line and whatnot, the gameplay is actually really simplistic. It's really fun and kind of cool. Just basically, I mean, what you see is what you get, as you can see in the current video or game clip that's running. It's really just kind of light-hearted type of like, explore on your own type of. You only get, a couple moves into the very beginning of the game, and as like I said, regarding the story, is that as you move through those different worlds, you progress, you learn different abilities, and it opens up new areas that you can explore and progress through with your different moves. Like I keep kind of saying, the gameplay is just very simplistic open world. So I mean, you can't really critique it too much, just because that's just how it was developed. These people, the Platonic developers, were definitely Rare fans, or they came from Rare, and which was the original Banjo Kazooie developing team, and this is what they wanted to basically shape. Moving right along, the controls are very easy to learn. They're very easy to utilize. I'm actually playing this game on the PC, and I haven't really tried out the kind of keyboard and mouse bindings or anything like that in the controls. I actually I was able to take a USB cord and hook it right up to my PlayStation 4 controller. And then also I have an NVIDIA Shield. I was actually able to utilize the NVIDIA Shield controller, which, you know, is pretty cool too, because it shows the compatibility with different types of controllers that you can actually use if you kind of want to do, if you kind of want to have something like a handheld device in your hands like that. And it's, you know, the button mapping, it has full customization for all the button mappings and whatnot. It has some presets that you can set. I left everything default, and it was perfect for myself. And also for the controls, now the controls, they're also, as far as like whenever you move your character and whatnot, it is a full freedom of motion for the character, as in if you want to stop and turn around real quick, do like a 180 turn, Yooka Laylee will, or Yooka and Laylee. It's so weird how they do this. They like that. But Yooka and Laylee will actually turn around and do a quick 180, and you'll change your complete direction and motion towards that. So, you know, it gives you that type of freedom that when you're moving, especially when you're making these split-second decisions on, like, hey, am I going to jump from A to B, from this platform to that platform in a really quick fashion, you know, it will actually commit to that. So, which is really nice. Some of the newer games that have come out, they really don't provide the freedom of motion like this game has. So moving right along, the performance of this particular title, it runs very smooth, going into gold status and then almost into a pre-release. It ran absolutely smooth with no issues. I had no stuttering, nothing really. And I was actually rendering this in a 4K resolution on my PC. So the actual art style, the character, the type of graphics that they invested in this really pops as far as being in such a really high resolution. And they have different textures that you can actually set for the PC version as well. So I haven't play tested it on Xbox or PlayStation, but I would be very interested to actually see how it runs and how it performs on the consoles. So we also have another key point, which is replayability. This game is a gigantic open world platform, and with that being said, it definitely there are tons and tons of different items to collect, and you know, associated type of achievements and trophies that go with this. So I mean, you could spend hours in the same world. You know, either going through collecting all the various different items in order to either progress or just be a completionist. I mean, there are tons and tons of people that are completionists. I myself am a perfectionist to games. And, you know, just even playing this demo, I actually had to stop myself preemptively in order to basically just get recordings and try to put something together in order to share with you folks. But they also slotted that this will be eligible for DLC. I think they already announced that there is DLC in the works right now to move this further. But I will kind of give you a little spoiler, just a little tidbit when collecting things. There are certain items that when you collect in a particular world, that, you know, like I said, they'll either, you know, up your abilities and whatnot, you know, you can learn new things that will progress you, but also you can expand the previous world to a much bigger world, as in, right now, if you're playing, you know, one tropic, I forgot the name of it, one of the first levels that I showed you was the tropics. That's only version 1. As you progress further and collect more items, you can upgrade that to version 2. And it is like 3 times bigger, and just full of more different things in order to do. And it's just the progression and the replayability is there's a lot of it in this game, and you know, it's very exciting. Also, I don't think I will actually see myself kind of getting weary of this entire thing. So, in closing, I think what I would have to give this is an 8 out of 10. You know, I don't want to critique it too hard, you know, just being kind of an early access, but, you know, for a nostalgic open world type of platformer, I feel like this game really hits the mark, especially, you know, if you grew up in the Nintendo 64 age, or actually, you know, played through Banjo Kazooie, or like a Donkey Kong Country. I mean, this really hits the mark as far as, you know, being similar in every aspect, not just the gameplay, the collecting, you know, the art style is really refreshing as well. especially, you know, the snarky dialogue and everything like that. You know, it has a lot of really high marks. You know, the kind of thing I can go on, you know, about a lot about the pros, but kind of one of the things that really kind of stuck out with me that, you know, I have to knock it back down on is the actual quest logging and you know, tracking of missions and whatnot. You know, at times I felt it was very overwhelming. Especially when, you know, you're just like bogged down heavily on, you know, I could go here, I could go there. But at the same time, you know, the developers actually came out and said that this was intentional. However, you know, I feel like I really wish there was an option to turn it on and off. But in closing, you know, thank you guys for checking out this video, and hope to see you down the road.